Alright, good afternoon, Earth. This is Adam Sturch broadcasting from Garage Art. Today in Taos, New Mexico. It's a beautiful day here. Trying to sell my paintings as usual. And the aperture is turned down too low to see them. There it goes. Alright. So anyway, nice day at the shop. They're resurfacing the road outside today. So it's kind of a battle of incense and fans versus thousands of gallons of tar being poured out on the side of the road right now. But, you know, right on the roads are up and needs resurfacing. So, force be with them. Got lots of stuff here, antiques, silver, things like that, and a lot of art. So if you need any weird art, we're between Outback Pizza and Allsup's in Taos, New Mexico, on whatever side of town that is on. Oh shit, I just smacked my tripod. Alright, and today I'm working on oil painting Rupture of Claim. Last week we made some pretty good progress. A lot of figures placed. And today I'm going to start out with this middle bottom left here. So I can get my tripod reoriented. There we go. Alright, drop it a little bit. Somewhere right in here. I think I'm going to put a head right here and wrap a body this way. Have a shoulder right here, stretching an arm that leads into this guy's face. Something like that. So, here we go. Alright.
Ain't that a bitch? I know somebody that rap is dead cause people running out of shit to say. So ridiculous and so absurd. I was almost at a loss for words. Then I started to serve off the line of the enemy's mind. Back in 2005. down. See the army if they're snatching us up. Yeah, at your high school, promising what? Better recognize the fling of the murder machine. That's why it's meaning in the words when we serve and ask you to think. Who the whores that in bed with the swords? Who the ones people saw selling death from murder dog? The imagery is deadly, so what the fuck? In a scope of better hope we never know it and bringing the ruckus. Like Nas said, it's a cool parade. Yeah, bitch niggas going out all day. We pulling guns on all the times. I bomb on Viacom. It's all long as needed. We compete and keep keeping it strong. Ain't no comic in my view. As long as they sell a blackout, I put my shit and pull your back out. React out, cause you know we repping the cause. Still a rebel, never needing a pause. I check wrong for all. Whatever it takes to make it hardcore. 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 Soul survivors, now tell me who can bring it live. It's PE, still beating the beast. In a scandal late comers, fake friends and flakes. And grown men acting like teenagers, we raising the stakes. What you know about words I throw around, when I say it loud, better know that I'm black and I'm proud. This is what I mean, an anti-nigga machine. Take a look around and see the way they keeping the realest from reaching. But I bet you never hear it again. No, clear channel, never hear it again. It never fit to the corporate plan of attack. They genocidal practices only giving us murder on wax. Keep us terrified, music sterilized. Back the lies of the homicide. It's my wild life imitates what we make. They all making money off the Africans' fall. That's why I'm calling out. Whatever it takes to make it hardcore. 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 It takes a nation and millions that's fearing the black. When we bum rush to show the enemy strike back. One more game in the music and our message a track. Revolution and rebirth will keep the music intact. Fuck that, bust back on their criminal ways. No compassion in their action for the son of a slave. Now the church used the hurt us, make somebody behave. Like this devil up in office really worship and pray. Like God speak to him and he does what he wants. But you know they still the vote if anybody gets smart. The real sin is the dilemma when the people support the death penalty but call abortion murder for sport. For the fake patriot, ain't no questions asked. Especially when the babies kill each other for gas. Known to blast on the minutes that don't even exist. Set up puppet government for the rich to get richer. More money for them hoods, but the hoods in pain. When the schools close cause they say no money remain. Still undereducated, making minimum wage. Got the Walmart making new century slaves. Who's crazy? I can see through the disguise. See through the media's propaganda and lies. See a nation full of sheep, still simple and blind. So we want them with the sermon that's designed with a rhyme. We do whatever it takes to make it hardcore. 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 Whatever it takes to make it hardcore.
Had numerous horrible jobs, but the one thing I haven't had to do yet, anyway, knock on wood, is stand on the side of the road while it's being torn apart and resurfaced in the midst of millions of gallons of tar fumes. It's pretty horrible, I would imagine. But I bet they make pretty good money, but still, this is going to be some really toxic, thankless, wretched work. So, props to those poor bastards out there fixing our roads. And this figure, I think, is about there. Not quite sure what I want to do. Maybe I'll put some ribs, give it sort of an edge there. Let's see. Alright, another figure wants to form up right here. Where is my pen? There we go. Right in here somewhere. We got 15 minutes left. I'm going to raise this a little. And see what I can do with that spot right there.
Shit. He ain't got that dope. I'm screaming out no regret. You've been through the hardest spot. He go the largest. I bet you a star. Now no regret. I ain't been moving so. Trying to play it low. Feeling like a snow. Put you through dumb. She got you thinking alright. She already had it. I've been feeling so alone. Like I'm so lost. Like I'm
They missed the old me. I think they want me to OD on coding. They want my life in turmoil like an O3. They went from row seats. I give them nosebleeds. They want me imploding, exploding, self-loading, eroding. I'm screaming at them with Dobie. Reps and I'm hulking. I'm ripping out of my clothing. I had to go see the doc like Kumogi. Never took much to convince Dre. Never been swayed by collar or skin shades. And stay one hellraiser with twin blades over sensei. Giving up, no compende. 10 brain, probably fucked in the membrane. Slim shade, minds in the guard of an insane pin game. Like I just struck in the 10th frame. I live on the edge, I sit on a ledge to shit on your heads. I've been on a bench, forgive and forget's the only thing I'd ever lived to regret. I've been on revenge, you left me for dead. I crawled in my grave, you better be ready and set. My enemies ain't for the enemy yet.
screaming out. You've been through the hardest spot. He go the largest. I bet you a star. Now no regret. I ain't been moving so. Trying to play it low. Feeling like a snow. But you know she got you thinking alright. She already had it. I've been feeling so alone. Like I'm so lost.
All the hate can't tell exactly where it stems from, but it's happening again, huh? Y'all used to be in my corner, now you just back me in one. Innocent bystanders, I'm bound to hit some. For some adversaries, I carry big guns. So some target to get the kill shot. Some I just barely nick them. I can make a mistake and erupt and end up taking a dump or saying some dumb shit, thinking I run shit. Misplacing my anger enough to give Earl and Tyler the creator the blunt. Should've never made a response, should've disdained for the fake ones and traitorous punks. Cause snakes in this cunts, they can get fucked with 800 motherfucking vibrators at once. And for any of those who may have come close to about dying, they can't listen to a rose without crying. For those who feel low like you're about spiraling, but this is only for those that I'm inspiring. Weapon never unhosted without firing. My will I'm imposing, folks are gonna feel like they're in the throes of a mountain lion. They talk about my daughters, hoping I fly off of the handle. Cause my first thought is to trample. I read 1,000 bars, but sometimes it's like dropping an anvil on a house of cards. I got to the squash and a crouton with combat boots on. And dropping a goddamn nuke bomb on top of an anvil. Can't do it.
You've been through the hardest spot. He go the largest. I bet you a star. I ain't been moving so. Trying to play it low. Feeling like a snow.
No regrets, no white flags either.
No, she got you thinking alright. She already had it. I've been feeling so alone. Like I'm so lost. Like I'm
Alright, so that gets that area pretty dense. Now I'm going to continue that density of composition throughout all of the rest of the negative space in the rupturing plane. But I'm not quite sure what's next, so we're going to stop it here and see where we go after this. Okay, now middle, lower,
splattered wall, a carton of cigarettes, a bouquet of corpses, a dying forest, a nurtured garden, a privatized prison, a candle with a broken wick, a puddle that reflects the sun, a piece of paper with my name on it. I'm surrounded, I surrender, all that I am, I have been. All I have been has been a long time coming. I am becoming all that I am. The spittle that surrounds the mouthpiece of the flute, unheard yet felt, a gathered wetness, a quiet moisture, sound trapped in a bubble, released into wind. Wind fellows and land merchants, we are history's detergent, water-soluble light particles, articles of cleansing breath, articles of mending death. These words are not tools of communication, they are shards of metal, dropped from 8-story windows. There are waterfalls and gas leaks, aged thoughts rolled in tobacco leaf, the tools of a trade, barters barred of barters, catchphrases and misunderstandings, but they are not what I feel when I am alone, surrounded by everything and nothing, and there isn't a word, a phrase to be caught, a verse to be recited, a mantra to fill my being in those moments. I am a blankness, the contained center of an O, the hermetic containment of an A. I stand in the middle of all that I have learned, all that I have memorized, all that I have known by heart, unable to reach any of it. There is no sadness, there is no bliss, it is a forgotten memory, a memorable escape route that only is found by not looking. There, in the spine of the dictionary, the words are worthless. They are a mere weight pressing against my thoughtlessness. But then, who else can speak of thoughtlessness with such confidence? Who else has learned to sling these ancient ideas like dead rats held by their tails, so as not to infect this newly oiled skin? I can think of nothing heavier than an airplane. I can think of no greater conglomerate of steel and metal. I can think of nothing less likely to fly. There are no wings more weighted. I too have felt a heaviness, the stare of a man guessing at my being. Yes, I am a homeless man making offerings to the after future, sculpting rubber tree forests out of worn tires and shoe soles. A nation unified in exhale, a cloud of smoke, a native pipe ceremony, all the gathered cigarette butts piled in heaps, snow-covered mountains, lipstick smeared and shriveled, offerings to an afterworld, tattoo guns and plastic wrappers, broken zippers and dead-eyed dolls. It's all overwhelming me, overwhelming me. I have seeded a forest of myself, little books from tall trees. It matters not what this paper be made of. Give me notebooks made of human flesh, dried on steel hooks and nooses. Make uses of us. It's all overwhelming me, overwhelming me. I have seeded a forest of myself, little books from tall trees. On bended knee, prostrate before an altar tree. I've made the forest suit me, tables and chairs, papers and prayers, matter verse spirit. Through meditation, I program my heart to beat break beats and hum bass lines on exhalation.
Benevolent medicine man, reverend, peddling deliverance that resemble amphetamine. The residents in the meadow with pestilence who developed a chemical dependence on precedence. And now is he actually most distinguished, speaking, seeping through your sleep and speaking. Yes, he is, yes indeed, so distinguished, so clear, some people think he's happy here. Ain't no secret, people trust me, it's mostly hustling. We're not just focus on the hustle. Those niggas fussing, they blow some other duck. Suppose it ain't on my bloodstream. Let me pose this question. Ask anybody to send anybody. They'll tell you that the antibody to the petty potty no gossip is obsessed with something. To be the best at something. And not to stress the dumb shit. Cause you ain't missing nothing. You got to elevate, accelerate, never wait. Know your way, go away. Ain't growing big brain on your days. Elevate, concentrate. Get your focus straight. Ain't orchestrate. Just elevate, accelerate, never wait. Go away, no escape. Take ownership, say, living for the day. Elevate, concentrate. Straight game, orchestrate plans. Astrologist, colleges, flawless, blame metropolis, the dominant brown bomber, hominid beam, prominent, worthy and mean, walking it clean, the scene, sparking it, volcanic, got your panic, get forced in. honest. Mike's only y'all with the right motivation. Motivate, accelerate, never wait, know your way, go away, ain't growing, make way on your holidays. Elevate, concentrate, get your focus straight, ain't orchestrate, wait, just motivate, accelerate, never wait, jump away, no escape, take ownership, stay with the motivate. Elevate, concentrate, get your focus straight, ain't orchestrate, think.
Sometimes I wanna take you down. Sometimes I wanna get you low. Brush your hair back from your eyes. Take you down, let the river flow. Sometimes I wanna walk the street behind the green street lights. A million miles below that beat. A million miles, a million miles. Feeling good now, like being low. Hey, 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 like being slow. Be with you, girl, like being low. Hey, 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 like being slow. A million pockets gonna make me sleep. But just one rose that knows your name. The fruit is rusting on the vine. The fruit is calling from the trees. And don't you wanna go down? The lost and choking cries for night. A million miles below the beat. A million miles.
Alright, not sure what's next. So cutting it here, be back soon. Now headed upper right.
education, it was somewhere in between. You said everything is done, now listen patiently. All this talking pony, with your monkeys the whole time. We could not help from flaming shit in our lot of suits and ties. All them books I didn't read, they just sat there on my shelf looking much smarter than me. Good old Nostradamus, he knew the whole damn time that always be an east from west and someone in the fire. Stubborn shout and said, what you do, I don't know. Couldn't really
again, about 10 minutes. Sounds like they're making pretty good progress out here. I'm not going to bother to smell or look. So anyway, we'll pick that up after I do a transfer from my memory card and take her a little. Alright, now I think I'm going to go lower left.
As I look across the sea, I smile at the sun while it feeds the weeds, the nutrition they need. The people still breathe, the city still bleeds. I'ma love it to death and keep planting my seeds. I'ma love it to death and keep an eye on the seeds. I'll be in love till I'm dead, I'll keep preaching the seeds. I'll give all I got left just to teach you to read. Love life to the death and keep planting my seeds. And when the snow begins to creep, I think she'll know me from the sleep. I keep caught in the corner of my bloodshot eyes. And if she has the nerve to let me dump a couple last words, I'ma turn to the earth and scream. Now, how many times must you prove you're an angel? How many more demons do you have to strangle? How much longer must you remain in this dream before I finally figure out if you're insane or a genius? How many times must you prove you're an angel? How many more demons do you have to strangle? How much longer must you remain in this dream before I finally figure out if you're insane or a genius? Love life, love life, love life, love life, love life.
love life, love life, love life, love life.
Table like dinner time. It's a dinner on a women in the ticket line. Hit it from behind the picket sign. Switch the design and reposition the shine. Subdue what they knew, throw not skew. Cut through with the focus of a full you. Frozen moments, thrown up, main work. Open up the doorway, sewn up, painters. Everybody wants to party. Full belly still sucking on the parsley. Star sleeps between the hard sheets. You only park on the streets with the bars beat. Hand right, the adrenaline breathes through the landmines. Continues until I leave fake. Controls of the wheels of the van like we gain on your plate like a house fly. Listen to the face on the south side. Tall guy, all eyes on the toe, small fry. When I try not to make this dog cry. Let your call fly, let your call fresh, holes high, bullseye, sex ain't chase, ain't death. I guess I'm best left for dead in a breath that was never impressed. I was possessed. Girlfriend, I need your help. Cause the head on my shoulders won't fuck itself. And homeboy, I need you as well. Cause I gotta live and I got a little bridge to sell. Gotta build a home out of syllables. Be alone when the whistle blows. Let the umbilical of the symbols, the break will shake your silicone when you feel it goes bam.
Scream, I thought I might G singing everything good and as good as it seems. Get ripped like flesh. Oh yes.
You gained on your tongue like words. Didn't understand they were sung by birds. The sunlight burnt to disturb the earth. When the gunfight burst the curtain goes. You gained in your gut like hunger. Sunk your shit while you slept in the bunker. The thunder don't stop the slumber. Plug in the sun, turn it up, let the cover go. We bathe in your blood like virus. Let them digest. What stylist? Why the hybrid of peace is violence? I just cease the silence. We bathe on your head like raindrops. With a chainsaw, laced in day long. Weight loss, built by chaos. Think not the best place I made for the game stop. And if I gotta die, I got faith. The decision was made that I was out of time. And if I gotta die, I believe taking it with me. What it be? I don't know.
think I need to put something there. What do we got? Well, that only took 8 minutes. That's pretty good. Alright, so...
Something has left my life and I don't know where it went. Somebody calls me strife and it's not what I was seeing. Didn't you see me? Didn't you hear me? Didn't you see me standing there? Why did you turn out the lights? Did you know that I was asleep? Say you pray for me. Help me to feel the strength I take. My identity has it been taken? Is my heart breaking? I need all my plans fell through my hands. They fell through my hands. I need all my dreams. It's sad it seems. It's sad it seems. And
I like that. It's a nice touch. Let's just do that. Uh-oh. The battery dying? No, it's front end load. Okay, good. Why not? Alright, is it going to be okay for that spot? As far as the zoom, I'll zoom in a little bit. Just that a touch. I've got 16 minutes left on this clip, so here we go.
whistleblower versus the pistol holder. Case dismissed, they'll lock you up and throw away the key witness. Justice is the whim of a judge. Check his chest density. It leaves much room for error, and the rest left to destiny. The West Memphis 3 lost paradise. It's death penalty versus suicidal tendencies. All I wanted was a fucking Pepsi. Institution, making you think you're crazy. It's $1 billion industry. They can sell sanity in a bottle. They be charging for compressed air. They're marketing healthcare. They demonize welfare. Middle class eliminated. Rich get richer till the poor get educated. But some of y'all still haven't gone into your face, and your face doesn't quite match your head. And I'm waiting for a brain to fill the dead space that's left. You're all give me ethnicity or give me dreads. Just a funny and rebel without a cause for alarm. Cause when push turns to shove, you jump into your forefather's arms. He's a banker, you're part of the system. All through the dreadlocks, income's the income. The briefcase, the sickness, the symptom. When the cameras start rolling, stay the fuck out of the picture, pilgrim. The sickness, the symptom. When the cameras start rolling, slow down, honey, you're killing them. Mr. Save the world, spare us the details. Save the females from losing interest. And to save the universe, you're a damsel in distress. Tied down to a track of isolated incidents. Generalized my disease, I need a taste of what it's like. Living off the fat of kings, I play the scab at your hunger strike. Slow down, honey, you're killing. One love, one life, one too many victims. Republican, Democrat, one party system. Media goes in a frenzy. They're stripped of their credentials. Presidential candidates can't debate over this instrumental. Let them freestyle. Winner takes all. When the music's down, I take Nugent's head hanging on my wall. Kill one of ours, we'll kill one of yours. Some friendly fire has a funny turn like Civil War. 6 in the morning, police at my crib. Now my nights consist of 2 toothpicks and eyelids, a crucifix and vitamins. Music that is pirated, new flavor food made of mutated hybrids. They tell me that it's not that bad. It fucks you up good, but it's not that bad. They hold on to these tales till it's the dog that wags. God save us all if he lets the cat out the bag. Who's the one to blame for the strain of my vocal cords? Who can pen a hateful threat but can't hold a sword? It's the same who complain about the global war but can't overthrow the local joker that they voted for. They call the shots but they're not in the line of fire. I call the cops but they break in the line of duty. Let's call a stop to the abuse of authority. The truth keeps calling me and I'ma live to tell the story. So look for truth, quit seeking forgiveness. You need to cut the noose but you don't believe in scissors. You support the troops but wearing yellow ribbons. Just bring home my motherfucking brothers and sisters. Cause they don't call the shots but they're in the line of fire. I'd like to call the cops but they break in the line of duty. It's time to call a stop, the abuse of authority. The truth keeps calling me and I'ma live to tell the story.
I can see that in the midst of death lies success. In the midst of untruth,
this segment. So I'm going to go over here to the bottom right hand corner now and turn that weird little triangular space into a face. We'll see. Here we go. Much. 5 minutes. That's not bad. That's 4 minutes. It kind of looks like a neon flux face. Excuse me. Kind of looks like a neon flux face. Okay. I want to wash my brush out real quick before I fuck with the camera. Okay, so that lays in the bottom pretty solidly. Dig it. Where I'm going from here, possibly there, possibly here. Alright, I'm going to decide off camera and reposition in a little while. So let's just put it right there for the moment. Alright, next.
Very good sounding board.
Okay, now headed to middle upper left.
In front of the amplifier, no preamps, no mic preamps, as far as I could tell. And it had two outputs, because somehow I got two outputs because it's stereo tape. I put the two, each side of the PA must have had its own mixer. but it had its own little amp. And it had an extra output, as well as the one that fed the stage. So I took that extra output, put it into the tape recorder. At that time, I was using a stereo Sony. It was a pretty good one, 770.
770? Yeah, there's still one of those in the vault.
It's not the one.
No, that's
Some
the tracker.
kid nicked mine.
Right.
Some kid nicked mine out of Olympic when they were on Judas Street. It was never seen again. It was an extremely good one. In fact, most Sony equipment in those days was hissy. That particular one wasn't. I knocked out the RCA inputs and installed quarter-inch phone jacks for inputs on it, so it was rugged enough. And I just ran the other two instruments in separately directly into the tape recorder. And I checked to make sure that they had appropriate balance. I always used a small oscilloscope in mixing anyway.
What did you gain from that?
Well, that told me what was going on. I don't like to use meters. I mean, a meter's handy because it's a quick way to see the signal, but I prefer to use a stereo, a dual tray scope, because it lets you see the shape and waveform of the signal as well as being able to see that there is signal there. After a while, you can read it because each instrument has its own signature. And even when they're laid in together, you begin to notice that in order for it to sound right, you have to have a certain amount of displacement from the bass, a certain amount of displacement from drums. And you can see, although you can't differentiate individual guitars, you can hear when one or the other instrument is being played, you can see it. So just by looking at it, it's like a fingerprint. It tells you all kinds of stuff.
So you got to where you could see from the traces whether your balance was...
It tells you a lot about balance. It tells you a lot about... Also, it tells you if there's something wrong instantly. If something's clipping or if something's out of phase or if there's anything that's wrong, you can see it immediately. Even stuff you can't really hear. And it's stuff that you might have to search for. It might take half a show to find out something's wrong. You can see it. And I attempted to interest other people in it for the last, 25 years. Nobody seems to care much about it. They don't seem to either find it interesting or find it useful.
Well, you've had some of your ideas picked up and adopted by other people and followed through, so I guess your batting average is probably pretty good. Were you already into
I like certain things. I like the way things sound. I like the way things work. I always have. I'm not really an engineer, though.
Were you already into audio when you first encountered the Grateful Dead?
Not really. Actually, about 6 months just a few months. I don't remember how many months before I met the Grateful Dead. I had bought a hi-fi and I went around and tried to figure out what was the best hi-fi, and I had a pretty good-sized place.
Because you lived in Berkeley?
Yeah, had a pretty good-sized place. It must have been a 55-foot long room, about maybe 35 feet wide. It was a big single room. And I wound up going around and listening to a lot of stuff, and I decided to buy a Voice of the Theater system, which is about the ugliest hi-fi system you could possibly conceive of.
Gigantic.
Utilitarian.
It was the folded horn job?
No, not really folded. It had a cabinet in the bottom with it was a front-loading horn. It wasn't a back-loading horn. It wasn't folded or anything. It had a 15-inch speaker in it, and it was in a large box about the size of a small fridge. And it had a little horn that mounted up on top. And it was an 800 series horn. And the driver was maybe 4 inches diameter. It was relatively small.
So it was a two-horn system?
They had one horn on each speaker. A bottom and a horn on each side. But it looked like something that someone had rescued out from behind a screen at the local small movie theater or something. It was basically that. But Altec was selling it and hyping it, and it had a nice, tight, rather, to me, sounded tight. Of course, later I learned it wasn't. We learned things to make it tighter. But compared to the average run-of-the-mill speaker, it sounded okay. And it would get loud. I wanted something that would get loud. And as it turned out, it wouldn't get loud enough. I started out with the Grateful Dead, that PA became the Grateful Dead PA system.
In your stereo?
My
your
stereo
became Grateful
Dead PA.
Well, describe that.
Macintosh amp and
Oh, those big two amps?
Yeah.
What were you playing? You playing records with it? Have a big turntable?
Yeah. I think it was
tape recorder?
Mac 240, 2 channels, 40 watts per channel.
So you, was your first encounter with the Dead at Muir Beach, is that right?
Well, I had this pal, his name was Gaylord, it's a black dude, lives in Berkeley. He kept wanting me to go down to Kesey's and said, all these Hells Angels, and I thought, holy cow, Hells Angels, this is, you gotta be the most violent bunch of guys I'd even heard about. You know, the idea of going down and hanging out with them wasn't really, it didn't sound like it was going to be safe and certainly not fun. He said, oh no, he says, you're really mistaken about these guys. You should really do this. I said, okay, Gaylord, one of these days. And he kept after me for months. And finally, one day, he come by in his car, and I got in the car and went down there with him. And it was a big scene. It was all kinds of, quote, totally different than anything I had expected. And I thought I was into psychedelics, and Kesey and his bunch proved to me that I didn't understand psychedelics, or at least kind of the ramifications of it. And,
what had you been doing with psychedelics?
It was something that I was doing. It seemed to give me access to my head in some way. And,
When were you more along the lines of the Millbrook guys, more introspective, or?
I don't know. I can't exactly explain. It's not something I've ever been able to put into words. I got involved with it because the first time I did it, I realized it opened a door. And it was a place I wanted to explore. And I got involved maybe more deeply than I should have, because I didn't like poisoning myself with unknown things.
You just wanted to make sure that you could control what you were doing.
I wanted to know what I was doing. And I guess I'm a good cook, all I can say. But the thing is that you only need very tiny amounts. And so even a fairly small amount of it is a lot. So.
Well, if you can't describe what you were doing with acid before, can you describe what was different about what the Kesey outfit was doing on it?
Well, it was magic. It took you into a place that was like the descriptions in the books by the Rosicrucians and the Freemasons, and it made sense of all the different occult things that I'd read. It was the introduction to magic. It was a pathway to another place, and it seemed to give me access to mental powers that were written about and talked about, both amongst the Hindus and amongst the ancient alchemists, the magicians, and seemed to go direct, give you the access to those things. It was like a tool to work on the consciousness. Although the material always gave me great visions, incredible visions. I'm sure that it's the root source of the art that I do, even today. I'm sure it was the root source of my ability to manipulate sound, which I looked at as an art form. I never looked at myself as an engineer anymore than I looked at myself as a chemist or anything else. Not a scientist. I have a scientific background because I'm interested in everything. And science is just a way of describing the physical universe. And alchemy and the occult is just a way of describing the non-physical universe. And I was interested in both aspects. And art is a way of creating something yourself as a man, which can say something about either the physical, the non-physical, or both.
Yeah. I was going to say that somewhere along the line there's a bridge between the two that we're comparing and contrasting.
All right. I'm not sure what's next.
Well, I like spatiality. One of the earliest things that happened to me works became even more three-dimensional. It seemed to have more dimension and depth and space to it. Colors and things seemed very intense. And at one of the acid tests, I
don't know what's next. This might be the last cut. I think there's still another full session left on my camera's memory. But it's getting pretty full. I need to really think through the remaining spaces. So,
psychedelics lead me to believe that plants are highly conscious entities, very conscious.
Okay.
Troubled by having an ego because they don't have to make
I think
a
that's
decision.
it for the day.
The ego
I'm gonna hang out for a little while
kind
and
of
see if anybody shows up.
Has to have
But
in order to be able
let's
to
just
sort
pan
out
over
and
today's
just accept
progress.
some input so as to make a decision to do something. Because if you have all inputs all the time, you're almost unable to make a decision. It's too much data, too much stuff. You're swamped. Plant doesn't have to make much in the way of decisions. It's roots where its seed fell. That's it. But it does express itself in various ways. One of the more interesting ways plants express their consciousness
contemplate what's happening for tomorrow, for the rest of the day, today.
Resembles
but that's it for the moment. So thank you for watching. That is Adam Sturch broadcasting from Garage Art, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting Rupture of Plane. We are between Outback Pizza and Allsup's, whatever side of town it is being resurfaced by a bunch of really bitter, angry road crew folk, inspiring a lot of angry drivers. So, not many people today, actually 0 people today, but still a beautiful day and some pretty good progress on the painting. So, if you need any weird art, I have lots. More on the walls. Or if you just feel like browsing some weird art, I got plenty. And there's more stuff here too. So thank you everyone for your support online, and have a good day, or evening by the time I get this up.